the land of Dawn. This is it, our grand finals.
Game number 1 of this best of 7 between an old legacy and a new one. SRG OG eSports against the La Familia of Homebois. SRG OG on blue side, Homebois on red, both junglers starting on purple.
Now, LaFell, I gotta talk to do this with you, right? Because I feel like the mid game, if let's assume that the early game, nothing happens, no first bloods, everybody's laning phase is going fine. Where do we attack if you are on Homebois' side? Or is it purely we need to find out where Sakai's is?
I kind of feel like you gotta figure out how to deal with Stormy, right? Push him away, because in the team fights, especially around those neutral objectives like the Turtle and the Lord, he's gonna be the biggest problem. If you're able to even bait it out, then that's all good, because even going back for yesterday, Stone, when he was using the Farsa, that was the first target.
Yeah, and I gotta say that Homebois really switched up how they play that first few levels, right? Yesterday it was all about controlling mid-prio, but this game 1 is all about getting Suyo ahead as fast as possible. Early gang to the bot side, knockout with the title strike, Shadow kill. Disperse, Revitalize also saves Vel. Shadow out for Sakai's no first blood.
Man, that was a really good setup for a potential dive onto Vel. Had Vel died there, I think this game would have been so good for Cram.
Yep. And now we can see that Homebois, they understood where they have to attack. They go for Stormy, and we even talked about it. If Vel could hold on.
Oh, they actually spot the silhouette of Homebois in the bush. First blood comes through, but in favor of Izanami.
Hey, you know what? That's amazing, man. Like, getting the kills that you can. And the fact that Amal was a part of it, that's going to scale up. Now, here's the thing. Both teams, we can see the pattern. Homebois, attack mid. SRGOG, make sure that Cram wins the lane. Because if Vel can't handle Cram, nothing that Homebois can do. So, SRGOG, they understand their own win condition.
And this is also the 3rd time that Sakai's going to make an attempt on the Homebois' lives. Here he goes, a Tsunami Slam into a grab with Izanami. Sakai's looking to find a target. Vel just hit 4, but cannot get his ultimate off. So Sakai's finally picks up the kill. The current call actually ties both Izanami and Ivan together. They need to get out of this, but Cram is on top of them. And Yumes finds a second, number 3 for Stormy.
What a fake out here. What a fake out. We see the initial engagement with the Tsunami Slam from Yumes. Where is he pulling his targets to? And more importantly, it's Izanami who's like, hey, I'm gonna pull you back into my team. Yumes hasn't even hit 4 at that point of time. But SRGOG make sure that they keep Cram alive. That vengeance is not even utilized. Innocent, making sure that this lane is no, you're not gonna get extra gold.
Oh yeah, that's good. And the fact that Cram has 100% kill participation at this point, and again, that current call really disrupted Homebois. So that's something that they do have to keep in mind with. But here's the thing, it's only 500 gold difference. So nothing game-changing just yet, but you gotta stop the bleeding.
If the two front lines are tied together by the current call, they really cannot have much impact. Yumes will be gone on, stuck and immobilized, terrified, and another stun follow-up, but he gets a Tsunami stand off into a Feather Edge Drive. Oh, Amal managed to get traded back 1-for-1 so far. Vel on the run, with Stormy and Sakai is on his tail. A stun from the passive, and then now a balance phase dodged by a flicker. Innocent could not get the pickup.
Dude, talk about these players, man.
Yeah.
Holding on to their spells until the very last second. Yeah, even Yumes. He was just like, oh no, I'm dying. Fake out. I got Amal, and then Vel. I thought he was dead.
I thought Vel was going to hop on to Yumes real quick, pull him back into the team so that Amal doesn't get sniped with the Tsunami Slam.
Oh, that's the vengeance. So the Tsunami Slam, Cram. There's 4 people on top of him, and that's an execution. Amal picks up that kill, but at the cost of the pot tier 1.
I mean, they're finding, they're trading blows on opposite sides of the maps, and at least this time it feels like Homebois are willing to cut their losses. Compared to yesterday where we saw them, if we're fighting, we're going all in until the very last man.
I like that Homebois is giving nothing for free. They want to get something back.
And Ivan doesn't know that Yumes is in the bush, and Yumes is going to keep Izanami and Vel away. Ivan now runs out of resources. Yumes is just going to go on him with the title strike and stun him. The red is empty. Actually gets blocked, but it doesn't really matter. Innocent follows up with a second shot.
So guys, trying to make sure that every one of these shadows are going to count. They need to secure everything.
Izanami gets tied up again, uses the Purify, and now Venice Rage goes wide. Turtle actually has not been contested just yet, but it is right. Izanami could not sidestep the 3rd salvo. Killing spree for Stormy.
Nicely done. Nicely done by SRG. They've created a steady lead. 1.6k with a composition that scales decently well, but more importantly, the damage is starting to become overwhelming.
Talk about setting the tempo for the grand finals here. They're still fighting.
Vel is having a rough time right now. Finally hopped onto you. Flickers forward to keep Sakai in place, but not for long. Sakai gets the retribution. Finds the objective. A shadow kill to the backline. Dispersed by 3 members, but Vel is abandoned. And Stormy finds a mega kill, but I feel like SRG once more. Here comes the conceal. Broken Stormy, another Feather Airstrike. Ivan barely walks out of it.
I like that we start the game and be like, okay, assume nothing happens in the early game. Nah, scrap that. This is the grand finals. This is where we draw blood. Homeboys making sure they get as much trade as they can. And then SRG is like, oh, you want to trade? Let's get you so much that there's nothing you can do.
All right, MLBBT, when you press the button, finally his crossbow tank actually goes up on the Yume. He just eats it up. And Innocent finds the snipe from long range.
He was close. He was close to outplaying it, but he didn't have the items for it. Regardless, though, the dive is successful. That top tier 1 should eventually collapse.
Homeboys wants the mid tier 1, but can't get it. Now they will back off. Sakai's again coming in. The stun from the Blazers, but Sakai's will shadow out.
Yeah, right now looking at the gold, now it's much different now. 3,500 gold ahead. And right now, Homeboys, the one that's having the hardest time is actually Vel. Even if he does want to catch someone, if the flicker is there, Vel is basically going in on a suicide mission.
Yeah, it's really difficult. They have to be very on top of their battle spells, counting the battle spells upon their opponents. Stormy is about to get his flicker back up. There's still 20 more seconds on Yume's. Innocent has not used a single one. In terms of first items, BOD complete.
Yep, Yume's pulls the trigger into the banners, raised and the flicker to the back, stolen. Tsunami Slam on the Sakai's, but it doesn't really matter. He's still out with the shadows, and Vel sacrifice once more, just cannot get much done. SRG OG forcing Homeboys back again. Cram once more with the curtain call. Ivan and MLBBT locked up. And remember we say that SRG OG with this draft sequence wanted to force Homeboys to play fundamentals. We're seeing that in action right now.
We truly are. And I think the scariest part about this, and honestly, what do you think about it, LaFell? Because Homeboys, it feels like they can't get in too deep on SRG OG.
Now, here's the thing. They tried to capitalize on Sakai's being over-aggressive, right, by taking the Tsunami Slam, but Izanami is actually holding the damage down here early, so if he uses the Tsunami Slam, he can't attack at the same time. And if Amal doesn't deal enough damage, then the Hayabusa is not going to get, you know, he's not going to die.
An attempt to contest, but ends in failure. Amal pays with his life, and MLBBT crossbow tank goes up, but Cram eats it up with a vengeance. The transfer doesn't really go through, but Cram does go down. Innocent flickers and finds MLBBT. The Orion Marksman is no more, and then Brandon's empathy, and then the Beer's passion all thrown at Homeboys. Double kill for Innocent, and Sakai chases down Izanami. Stolen shadow kill. Izanami escapes, but Vel not so lucky. Gone on point blank shot through the skull. Triple kill for Innocent.
Ah, that's unfortunate. They lost sight of where Innocent was. Try? No, he's not. Oh, he's gonna try!
Gonna try it, Innocent! No! The Terrify comes through, but Innocent finds an unofficial Maniac.
If the minion wasn't there.
If the minion wasn't there, dude. I don't know, there could have been an opportunity that Yumes might be able to like get a heal off in time, but we'll never really know. With that being said, 14-4 with a 7.5k lead for SRGOG eSports, and Homeboys are starting to fall apart.
Starting to really get dissected. This is only 8 minutes in, but we're looking at an almost average 1,000 goal advantage per minute for SRGOG.
Yeah, SRG just figures out like, hey, this 1-1 is going to scale up. It's going to be a problem. Let's not get to that point, right? Try to fight as much as they can. And they started off with the EXP lane, making sure that there's no front line for Homeboys. And that worked. They just ganked twice, and now Vel is out of the game.
Yeah, the first person they eliminated from the equation was actually Vel, right? Pick a lane dominant hero, go for early gank, take out that tier 1, and then you spill it over to MLBBT. In fact, I want to bring your guys' attention to the 14 kills SRG OG has. 11 of them are Innocent and Stormy.
Oh yeah, both of them have been picking them all.
Oh, they're gonna pick up Vel again. Oh my goodness, he is gone.
Oh!
Hey, when you know that Vel is a win condition for Homeboys, just don't let him play the game, man. Like, this is why I say, before we get in the match, if Vel cannot find a way to deal with Cram, Homeboys has no chance. And now SRGOG is like, you know what? That's good. Let's all 5 of us get onto Vel. Let's not make it fair 1v1. Let's 5v1.
Like, this glue pick was meant for Vel to have control.
Yeah.
But he lost it.
I mean, Cram, he played a strong laning phase. I'll give him that. And also, like LaFell mentioned, as much as SRGOG eSports told Homeboys, hey, we want you to play honest, they're doing Vel really, really dirty. Blunting the spears they take in the Lord.
It's like Homeboys has to play honest, SRG doesn't.
Yeah. They're holding like double aces in their sleeves. They're like, what are you going to do about it? I can make sure that one player doesn't have fun. Regardless, this snowball is gigantic from SRGOG eSports.
You know what they say, the house always wins. MLBBT finally claims the first structure for Homeboys, that's top tier 1. But they're not willing they're not too scared to stay too long. Even though with Ivan around, they realize that if SRG OG snips them out, it is going to be another body on the docket. So SRG OG now just waits for the Lord. It's going to be spawning in less than 10 seconds on that, I believe, the middle lane. Actually, no, bottom lane. Let's see how Homebois deals with it.
The problem is the 1-1 isn't truly a late game hero, kind of a mid-game hero, because yes, she's strong in the late game, but the late game, you have immortalities, you have Winter Natures, you have that Winter Crown. So in the late game, there's ways to deal with the 1-1. So Homebois, they want to scale up, they want to make sure Mel has that items, but at that point, SRG will have enough items to swap things out.
Exactly. I think the scariest part about this is that even for Mel QT, as much as his laning phase wasn't that bad, he's not getting enough gold. He's got, if I remember correctly, 3 items already as he completed the Haas Claws recently, but worse yet, he still needed to get the steel leggings to survive the laning phase.
It does a conceal play, it's just a fake out from Yumes. They want that bottom inhibitor, they're gonna get it, no problem with the help of the Lord. The first mid structure going down, but the airstrike used, Izanami is low, Amal forced back, the second structure now under siege. SRG OG making this look like a walk in the park. Homebois will just have to concede space.
I mean, like, what are you gonna do? Like, even if Bell wants to create some kind of space, he's gonna get punished. At this point, you don't want to give any more kills. SRG OG has 10,000 gold, what are you gonna do?
This is insane. You have 2 bulky front lines that theoretically should be able to stand in bush, but against Yumes, who can just really tidal strike into without vision, it really does show how far SRG OG are ahead. Yumes, another fake out.
They're just gonna chill, right? They're just gonna harass them and siege them with the help of this feathered airstrike.
Oh, what was that? Blink and you miss it, and now a kidnap attempt on the aim out. He is gone. Another shot from Millicent. Bell finally sticks on the Cram, but Cram will bring him away from his base. Bell QT with the help of Ivan finally takes out Innocent, but guess what? Yumes and Suckeyes are actually on the Crystal. They won't be able to end the game just there, but maybe Suckeyes can. Jumps on Melko T, couldn't find the kill, and finally, Homebois finds a bit of clapback, but it's a hefty price to pay. 3 bodies for 1.
Nothing much they can do about this. Even Vel, he understands that I can't CC anybody, and even if I do, they're not going to die. I might as well start proxying the wave, allow the rest of my team to deal with the waves, and maybe we can survive for 1 more fight.
SRG OG is the best with man-to-man defense. And what you're watching here, folks, is the reason why they clean sweep the Dream Team Awards. Every single lane, every single position, even the coach, they want it all.
That's
Homebois, like, they got to reconsider a lot of things. This is a best of 7. You will have time. In this game, though, I don't know how much time they have.
I mean, to be fair, 4th item complete for Mel QT. He decided upon a Berserker's Fury to try and compensate for the lack of damage.
Now big combo onto Val again. That is 1 remove. Aimao cannot stay in the fight. Ivan, he just reached the back line, but his buddy is already down. Stormy's got life. Mel QT now needs to get the combo tank off. He finally unleashes his Cran will run away, but the transfer is completed. Yumes though doesn't go down. Here's another shot in a stun. Too good! Given double, given everything he wants in this world. Triple kill for Innocent. And SRG OG with the wipeout are looking to run it down mid.
23-6 total domination in a 13-minute and 35-second game. Not even close this time round. GG.